First off, what is a tri-stick? A tri-stick was created by Morris Kahansky in his book on bushcraft, where you basically carve in any size stick you like the notches essential for bushcraft. And all it is practice. That's the entire point about it. And it's meant to give you a simple, purposeless piece that doesn't have to be perfect, and you're not under any kind of pressure from a survival situation or just trying to get a project done. This is just dirt time practice. This is just you with a stick carving out notches so you can hone your skill and get better and better at your own risk control. It will give you an idea of exactly what you're looking for in a knife. To me, this is the ultimate test of whether a knife is good for your hand and good for your skill level or not. Getting good at a simple tri-stick doesn't take long, and as I said, it's an invaluable tool to tell you whether or not the knife is going to perform the way you want it or the way you need it. The first notch on the end of the stick is a crowning technique, just rounding over the end of a stick for any purpose. Just so basically it's for safety, so you don't have sharp edges to catch yourself on or step on if you were making a tent stake or something to that effect. The second notch is round reduction. You're basically just making the diameter of the stick smaller, and usually the purpose of that is rigging with cordage. The saddle notch is for placing a round member into, and then for the purpose of binding. And then you have the square notch, or otherwise known as the 90-degree latch for deadfall triggers. Easiest way to carve in a square notch is basically carve in 2 V notches at the top and bottom of the flat surface you're wanting to carve, and basically dig the knife in at one notch and use some torque to peel up a chunk of wood off, and there you have a flat surface. And you basically just do that on all 4 sides, and before you know it, you have a square notch all the way around. You have pot hook notch, which is self-explanatory. Then you have a root stripper, which is for stripping the woody skin off of roots if you're turning them into cordage. Being able to cut a square hole in any type of timber gives you the ability for mortise and tenon joints, which are extremely strong. An example of that would be medieval catapults were built using mortise and tenon. So that gives you an idea of what type of joint that actually is. It's very strong, and you can basically apply it as you like. On this tri-stick, my brake notch failed. The particular stick I was working with was pretty dry. The greener your stick, the better that notch will work. I think I put a little too much strength in there. There may have been a knot involved, but it broke. In which case, just pick another stick and give it a shot. There's a few other notches in the literature that you'll find that I didn't do on this tri-stick. One in particular is the dovetail notch. Another is the bowstring notch. I don't normally use bowstring notches. I normally just kind of taper and reduce a bow stave down for the string. And the dovetail notch I've really never used personally, so, but it's a good one to practice because it is difficult. So there you have it. That's your basic tri-stick. I highly advocate practicing making tri-sticks, and definitely look up the literature. I would suggest buying the book. If not, definitely Google search it and get that PDF from karamat.com.